Welcome, everyone, to Late Night with BS3. And on tonight's show, we will have none other than Tracy Killian of Tracy Killian Styling. We excited to get him back on the show again. We do our monthly segment, and tonight's show, we'll be talking about what I'm wearing tonight. And then also we'll be talking about NFL Week 8. So we'll get into some games, talk about our fantasy teams. So we got a fun show for tonight. So wherever you are tuning into the show, we're live right now on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on YouTube. And soon to be, we'll be live on Roku TV. So that's the major announcement coming up in 2 days. We will be going live on Roku TV, BS3 TV. That is the name of the channel. You'll be able to find that on Roku TV. But, Tracy, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good, cousin. First, thank you for having me on again tonight. Congratulations on the Roku endorsements and deal. So we'll see how that goes. Good things in the future.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I think it's a great opportunity. Most people are watching either Roku or Amazon, so either or. But if you watch on Amazon, you got the stick or you got the Roku TV, you'll be able to check us out on that platform. All right, so tonight's show and tonight's fit, each week or each month, we talk about a style that Tracy has done. And this week is kind of a fall outfit, kind of a dad gear, if you will, going to one of your child's events, a piano recital, something you wear to work. So got the kind of the sweater with the zip up, with the shirt underneath. I'm going to post a picture to my social media right when we get done so you can see it. But I really like this. I think it's, number one, it's extremely comfortable. And I think number two, it's something that you could wear really at any point in time, any day. So talk about the fall outfit and also talk about how'd you kind of piece it and come up with it.
Well, yeah, definitely. First off, going into the new season, transitioning from the summer, spring, summer, you can always get away with casual, more laid back. You got the shorts and you got short sleeve shirts, polos, all that. I'm still wearing a polo now, but layering it. So now it's getting to the colder seasons. Obviously out here in Cali, it was still pretty hot, but get your layers going. Definitely step it up as far as once you become a dad. You don't want to always still wear the same clothes you wore potentially when you're in your 20s or teenager, especially once you have potentially a teenager. You don't want to look like you all pulled your clothes out the same closet, basically. You want to show them a little bit of authority. So definitely dressing up nicer, presenting yourself as a parent, going to events and such. You're representing your child as well. So you want to send a good impression out, show where they got their style from.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for, it says Facebook user, but thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in on the Facebook group, please click that link where it tells you to give StreamYard permission. Then we'll be able to see who you are. But thank you for tuning in. Or you can just put behind your name who you are. Normally what I do, which I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go to the actual comment and see who that is. That is A-Trap, actually, Brian D. Williams. Thank you for tuning in. He is out of Chicago. He's a part of The Forecast, which is a show we do every Monday, which we'll be doing a new show coming up this Monday. But, yeah, I think it's that's extremely important. You don't want to be pulling the same stuff out of your teenage son's closet. Me and my dad, he helped me a lot with my style and fashion and everything. Now there was some stuff when I didn't want to wear it anymore, he did take it on, like jackets and stuff like that. But he definitely didn't take on any Fat Farm gear from back in the day. If you guys remember Fat Farm, that was a lick back during the early in the 2000s, I'll say.
Yeah, I tried to pass some of my platinum FUBU to Pops. It's still too baggy for him even then. So
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's you want to keep that. If you got any Fat Farm, you probably want to just take that out for costume parties or or throwback parties, because that's old school nowadays. But yeah, I think it feels extremely comfortable. The shirt, I like. This is kind of something that I've wanted to get, but just never really got spent the time to actually go get it. But having the shirt with the vest over it, or the sweater over it with the zipper, the kind of some nice khaki pants, and then really pretty much any shoes that you want to wear. I think you can really rock it with. You do tennis shoes, depending on, if I would say, if they're all one color. But talk about the material of the shirt. We were talking about that, just how comfortable and fit it is.
And a quick thing about the shoes, I ran into that today. I couldn't decide if I want to wear dress shoes, tennis shoes. It gives you a lot of options, but yeah, definitely these materials on the shirts. First off, I think we both got on Kenneth Cole, so the Kenneth Cole brand right now, lots of different fabrics and ways they give you shirt options. So as far as different breathabilities, stretchabilities, slim definitely, but fits all ranges. Like I think the one you're going with has more of a stretch to it, and the one I went with more breathability. But either way, they both look nice. Lots of style, colors, patterns, whatever you're looking for. So this time of year, long sleeve or short sleeve, however you want to wear it. But definitely having that collar when you're going out, it's kind of going to be almost the standard, I'd say, this time of year.
Yeah, and then you're getting into the colder months, depending on where you are. Here in Texas, we do get a little cold. I know California, depending on where you are, if you're by the water, you may get cold. But wherever you are, I mean, this is a style that you can wear pretty much anytime, any place, and it's extremely comfortable. So if you need to take the sweater off, you could definitely do that, and you could just have the shirt on underneath it. So yeah, it's definitely something that is needed. And if you're going to your daughter's recital or something, you don't want to come in sweatpants and a hoodie. So this is kind of nice, something that you could wear.
Definitely, especially being that father of a daughter, you want to set that tone that, hey, man,
Right, right,
this is who her father is. So
right, exactly. And one thing I would say, being a father of a daughter too, is that you want to set that standard. So if your daughter is going to be, obviously she's going to be looking in the future to date and to be with someone and to eventually get married, that you want to set that tone for what a man should look like, what they should dress like, how they should act. And I think a lot of that goes, in place with that.
definitely, especially with the dressing. As a kid, it's not something I ever thought about, but as you're growing older, every stage of life, things start to change. And definitely as you're getting into those 30s, 40s, you want to make sure you're always presentable at any time, just because you are representing your whole family at that point.
Right, right, exactly. So talk about any accessories. I know you got, obviously you got a watch that you can rock with it. You got the belt that you can do. The glasses, if you wear glasses. But we'll talk about some accessories you could rock with this.
Yeah, so today I'm keeping myself pretty simple. Just went with the nice little blue and black on the bracelet, tying back into the silver with the pocket silk, going back into the silver on the shoes. I don't know if you see that.
Yep.
You'll see the full picture after the.
Yeah.
As far as myself, this time of year, I like to keep it pretty light as far as jewelry. Nothing too heavy. Maybe as far as like upper layers, scarf or nice beanie every once in a while, but I'm not too much of the accessory guy when it comes to the winter. I'm not gonna have the umbrellas, the gloves, all that stuff, but
Yeah.
definitely I like the summer accessories a little better when you get to shine with get the jewelry flashing, get the
Right.
short
Right.
sleeves. This time of year, you get the watch. Personally, I would say this is the time to get the leather bands out, the cloth watches, definitely the Apple watches, any type of digital watch with more of a rubber band, as opposed to the summer. That's when you want to get your shine on more so. So Definitely, this time of the year to transition into more casual watches. They don't have to be as flashy as what you normally might wear.
Yeah.
Belts as well. It's going to be covered with a shirt. Potentially, it's going to be covered with a jacket. You don't have to have that designer belt in the fall. You could just wear a nice plain black belt. You can wear a nice plain brown belt, and it's not going to be seen. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, any watch that you're wearing is more than likely not going to be seen, and any belt that you're wearing is going to be covered up. So that's a really good point. And I think too, when it comes to the gloves, that's obviously depends on, I think, the area wherever you're located. If you're somewhere heavy winter, then yeah, you definitely want to have the gloves and the scarf, and you can definitely style with that. So I think that goes important to that particular city or wherever you're at. And also, as we're going through the show tonight, if you have any questions, any style questions, you can put those in the chat room. This is an interactive show, so anybody that jumps in or comments, you will definitely get shouted out, and we love any questions or comments that you have.
And going along with that environment definitely umbrellas. Now, that's something I never liked to use. I thought it was a little fancy thing, but if you're wearing a suit, you need to wear you need to have an umbrella or a raincoat. Regardless,
Right.
You need to cover and protect your garments. Wool's not designed to be wet, so I didn't understand why umbrellas were so important. But as you step into this higher realm of dressing, finer fabrics and such, you want to protect your investments. So get those umbrellas.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really great point. I honestly didn't I didn't like really carrying umbrellas at all. To me, it just felt like something just extra you got to hold on to and keep up with. But I definitely get it. If depending on what you're wearing, that goes with your style, and you want to make sure that it's looking top tier wherever you're going and whatever you're doing. So good point. And I think too, any outfit definitely for fall is you want to have layers, because you don't know what the weather's going to be. So having this type of sweater with a shirt, you can obviously take the sweater off. You could also go with, I think, just kind of a plain t-shirt. Possibly you could do that underneath this, but you got so many options of what you can work with, and that's what I really like about this fit altogether.
Especially with the layering too. I know we were talking about sweater vest at one point, even just a casual vest or a formal vest that you would normally wear with your suit. Just throwing that on with the dress shirt, rolling the sleeves up. That's a nice look for almost anywhere you're going to go.
Yeah, true. Very true. All right, so we kind of talked about the fit of this week. This is definitely something that I'm going to wear to work. I'm working from home right now, so definitely can't wear it to work. But in the future, this is definitely something that I'll be wearing to work. I'm not going to wear it at home while I'm working. Sorry, but I will have. This is something that I will wear from here on. So yeah, I'm excited about this, and what we'll be doing every single month. We'll talk about a new fit. But I wanted to kind of get into NFL Week 8, which we got some major games coming up tomorrow. And we got a lot of, I'm going to be honest, we got a lot of sorry games tomorrow. And we're not going to touch on the sorry games, okay? We only got to touch on the quality games of tomorrow, the teams with the best records. I know it's still early. But first off, I wanted to get to your Raiders. I know you're a Raiders fan. Raiders got a bye week this week, but 5-2. Give me your thoughts on the Raiders so far.
Yeah, so thankfully we get this bye, get some time to rest from all the drama. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. So
yeah, everybody's aware
with Vegas, but also just shots out to I saw CC Sabathia and Louis Belt with the Los Oakland Raiders sweatshirts and gear. So that's a big movement, that Los Oakland. So yeah, they're in Vegas, but they know their home is in Oakland, so
right.
So we still got that Bay love going. So yeah, still got that support. Good to see the team coming together. Hopefully, once we get the next game on tap, we can come back together under this new regime and hold it down, keep getting some wins. The AFC West is looking weak right now as opposed to us. So Chiefs are slipping, Chargers are up there, but they ain't gonna last. And Broncos, They ain't done nothing since Elway, so we're gonna be all right.
You can't trust them.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah. All right, let's get to a couple of games, a couple of marquee games coming up. First off, we're going to get into Steelers at the Browns. Now, in past years, this would not be a game we're talking about. But in 2021, this is a game we're talking about. Big Ben is getting older, so he's on his way out. But I like Najee Harris. And Najee Harris, which is from the Bay, he went to I think he went to Vallejo High School. So he's somebody that came from our town, our hometown. So I think the Steelers look good because of the running game. I think the Steelers are always going to have that type of defense. But the Browns are also on the resurgence. They're 4-3. They're playing at the Browns. Baker Mayfield is supposed to play. I don't think Nick Chubb is playing. Neither is Kareem Hunt playing, as far as I'm aware. So the running back situation is going to be interesting to see. Baker will be back, but Nick Chubb will not be. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this game works out. But if I had to pick one, I would have to say the Steelers. I don't know if the Browns are going to be able to beat the Steelers and become that bigger team. I know they're playing in Cleveland, but if I had to bet on somebody, it would be Mike Tomlin and that Steelers organization. But give me your thoughts on Steelers at Browns.
Yeah, that's one of those games where in the past we're probably only talking about if we were ready to see some fights and stuff ever since a couple years.
Yeah, that bad blood.
Playing for some actual something in the standings, not just for pride, because it is always a tough game. Steelers Browns, they got the rivalry divisional matchups, but yeah, it's surprising Big Ben's still holding it down, I guess, as much as he is.
This is a game. Yeah.
I guess gone. I haven't really seen them do much on any highlights as far as any big plays. It's definitely being held down by Najee Harris and the defense. So as long as you got Tomlin backing you as a coach, that gives you the boost over most teams anyway. So they got some holes, but that coaching and that foundation they have built as one of the best teams in the league is going to carry them, I think, as well. Browns, every couple of years we got that first 3 weeks where we're talking about the Browns, and then they start to sizzle off. So this is one of the first years I think they're still holding it down for a while, but they got the injuries. Odell's been up and down. I think Jarvis Landry's been out most of the season. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a hard one for the Browns to pull out. I don't really see it happening either.
Yeah, and surprisingly, going based off of ESPN, I don't go off of them a lot, but they're saying Cleveland has the better shot to win. Chubb may potentially play. It looks like he did practice this week. Looking at other injuries, Odell Beckham is questionable. Jadeveon Clowney questionable. Eric Ebron out. Melvin Ingram III out. And so this could really honestly go either way. But I think the Steelers will get the win. But this should be a really good game. Neither one of them are clear-cut favorites in that division, with the Steelers being 3-3, Cleveland being 4-3, but they're 3-1 actually at home. So that could potentially work in their favor. But you just don't know. You just don't know how it's going to work out. And I think it's going to be. This could be a nice game as far as fantasy-wise, because depending on who ends up going off, but that division is really Cincinnati and Baltimore's to lose at this point. And me even saying Cincinnati in a statement is wild, since Carson Palmer and those days.
Yeah.
TJ Houshmandzadeh in those days. I mean, that's the only time we can go back and really speak on them.
But yeah, I didn't know the Browns were doing so good at home. So I guess those Baker Mayfield commercials is helping them out. They get else to Baker.
Yeah, he gets me with those Baker with those commercials. Now they are funny.
Oh, they're funny though.
They are funny. I'll definitely give them that. But I think you start getting in so many commercials. Like, what is that? If you're not backing it up on the field, they're funny, but then to me, it just kind of shake your head and be like, okay, you're just good for commercials because you're
I was
not
just
winning
gonna
games.
say, is he good to be an actor or is he good to play some football?
Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing I'm thinking. And then when it goes to Chris Paul has been in. Now this year was different. He did make it to the finals, but Chris Paul is normally the guy that's the commercials are playing, but he's not playing when it comes to the playoffs. So I think I think this is a big time statement game, and I think if the Browns can win, then you could see them kind of taking a little bit of a lead over their this is really their arch rival. The Browns and the Steelers always go back and forth between each other. So could definitely be interesting. Let me know, you guys tuning in, Steelers or Browns, what's your take? The next game I want to get to, which we got Tracy Killian on the show, TK Styles, Tracy Killian Styling. Make sure to go to the website there. But the other game I wanted to get to was Bucks at Saints. I think this is going to be an entertaining game. Obviously, Tom Brady playing. Anytime Tom Brady's on the field, it's going to be zoomed in. It's going to be microscoped because he's obviously the best or one of the best quarterbacks. They got Tampa Bay highly favored in this one. Saints are 1-1 at home. I do like how they're playing. I think they've got a lot of the weapons. You could talk about Kamara. You could talk about Jameis playing better. And I think obviously the biggest point would be Sean Payton. And you really got to lean on him. And the major storyline, obviously, this is Winston playing against his former team. So I think he's going to have a huge chip on his shoulder. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, the game is at home. And I think Tom Brady can't be dominant forever. Also, Antonio Brown's out. Gronk is questionable. Richard Sherman is questionable. Levante David and JPP is questionable. Taysom Hill is out on the Saints side. So that's Sean Payton's gadget guy. So that could possibly not work in their favor. But give me your thoughts. Bucks at Saints.
Yeah, first off, I didn't even put that together yet with the Jameson going back to his old team. It's been a big season of comeback games and playing your old teammates.
Right.
So that's gonna be another interesting one. Let me see. Obviously, for me, I'm gonna say Bucks, just because I'm rolling with Fournette on my fantasy team. So I'm gonna roll with the Tom Brady hype train this year. See what he could pull out. Because I mean, if you're on board with it, all it's gonna do is you're just gonna get carried along. So Fournette's I think one of his best seasons in years. Definitely Brady opening up those running lanes, putting the passing pressure on the defense, which I don't think Fournette's ever had a quarterback ever in his career. So shoot, even in LSU, he had to carry the team. So this is the first time where he gets to just be the secondary option to help be a part of the leadership, not the number one guy. So that's nice to see him getting a resurgence. Mark Ingram's back on the Saints, so that is a factor.
That's big time right there.
Carries this week. That's also nice to see because I mean, I feel like he still has something in the tank, but they sent him away and he keeps just team to team. But this might be something where he could finish off the season, help him out, especially because Kamara, he needs to get off the field every once in a while. He can't be on the field every drive.
Right.
Saints missing Michael Thomas, missing a lot of big names they've had in the past. So they're building. I like their defense, but yeah, I don't see them beating the Bucks either. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Bucks returning 22 starters. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. So Bucks are favored in almost every game they're going to play this year. I say off top.
Yeah. And I agree with you with Fournette. He's been the guy. I thought it was going to be Ronald Jones because that's the person, we're going to mix in fantasy here. But that was one of the guys that I picked up thinking, oh, he did good last year. Maybe he'll piggyback off of that. He just has not been getting as many looks as I thought he was going to get. But Fournette obviously was the better back. But I think last year it was just the fact that Bruce Arians just rolled with RJ2 just because he was there, and I think he probably knew the system better. And I think he also wanted to see what was Leonard Fournette going to be like in this type of system. So I think that had a few different factors in it. But I do think Fournette is playing lights out. And it doesn't really matter who Tom Brady's throwing to. Godwin is playing. He's going to be getting a lot of looks. Even if Gronk's not playing, they got O.J. Howard. If O.J. Howard is still, I think he is still. Let me go to the depth chart real quick. I think he's still on the team, and yeah, he's going to be starting. And he's going to throw to whoever. So that really doesn't matter. Mike Evans is going to be there.
I was going to say, they got, according to some stats, they're supposedly got 3 number 1 receivers. If you're going to say Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown, any of them numbers right now could be considered a number 1 receiver on any team. So
Right. And I think going back to the Fournette comment you just had, that he really hasn't had a quarterback like Tom, or even a system like where he is at right now. So Fournette's just going to flourish. I'm looking forward to seeing the 1-2 punch though with Ingram and Kamara. I think that was a great thing for them to bring him back. That's honestly when they had their best success, is when those two were playing. So I think they got a good relationship too. So that should be fun to watch. So I'm agree with you. I think Tampa Bay is going to get the win. The last game we're going to talk about, we got to bring it up. I'm right here in Dallas. Cowboys at Vikings. And this is going to be the Sunday night game, Halloween night. But I think the bigger story here is, will Dak play? Because I've been following this extremely closely all week, because Dak is on my fantasy team. If you ever heard me talk about this, I have the name of the team is In Dak We Trust. So I couldn't get a team without Dak on it. That wouldn't make any sense. Then I would have to name it something totally different. And I'm just not that guy. So I'm looking at my fantasy right now. As of all week, Dak has been questionable. He's got this calf issue. I don't know what this means, because if he does not play, that means Cooper Rush is coming in. And Cooper Rush has played all of about, 1.5 games, started 1.5 games his entire career. And they're playing in Minnesota in that stadium. So I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult than what I thought. If Dak's not playing, he's still listed as questionable. Let me look at exactly. They said would surprise many close to situation. His start would surprise many. So according to that, he has traveled with the team, but it sounds like increasingly unlikely that Prescott will play. So what that means is heavy on a run. Obviously, you're going to get a big dose of Zeke and Pollard. But this defense, though, if they can play like they've been playing, and specifically I'm talking about Trayvon Diggs, if he can play like he's been playing, they can get a couple turnovers. They're going to get pressure on Cousins. That's no question. But I think if Cooper Rush is playing, I do think they have a chance to win. But you got to be smart, because it's a longer season, and you don't know what this whole season is going to entail. You don't want to have an unhealthy Dak, running around and playing out here. But I need to know before noon, because either I'm going to have to start Dak, or I guess I might as well put Matt Ryan in there right now, because Matt Ryan is my backup. But give me your thoughts. Cowboys at Vikings Sunday night, Halloween night.
Oh, yeah. So first off, cousin, I don't want to have to root against your team, but I just looked, and it looks like I'm playing against Dak this week. So, and I got Zeke. So I'm going to have to roll on the side of let's hope Dak drags this out and maybe calls it a game time. No, so my opponent doesn't get his quarterback situation taken care of this week.
Yeah.
But in real terms, fantasy life, I don't necessarily want to see Dak Prescott pulling a thriller on Halloween. We already saw his ankle last year. I don't need to see zombie Dak out here running around, potentially hurting himself worse. So I'd say he should rest up, let the man relax. They didn't give him his contract. made him play out there last season. He broke his leg. Now the man rest. Like he came back. Now let him heal. So if they got to take that L, I think Zeke could carry the team. Just put it on his back. They got Michael Gallup coming back, so you don't want to rush him back either.
Mm-hmm.
Give him Dak the week off, come back strong. I don't know when the bye week is for the Cowboys, but I'm sure it's coming up.
Last week was their bye.
Oh, so yeah, they're coming off the. Yeah, I was gonna say Zeke didn't play, so yeah, give Dak some more rest. Let the defense handle it, like you're saying. Trayvon Diggs definitely candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, setting record currently. I don't think has he gotten a pick every game so far. Still,
every game he got two in the first or the second, but yeah, every game he's got a pick.
Yeah, that's something that Dion didn't do. That's something Nnamdi Asomugha got close to.
Nobody.
That's hard.
Nobody.
So Vikings, they're one of those teams where I like them. Just I always have hope for them, but they never do anything. I feel like I've ever seen them. Even when they had Moss, they get your hopes up, and then you're just watching them blow the lead. You're watching them get blown out. You're watching them struggling. So Vikings are coming up this year, but nowhere close to the Cowboys. Even Cowboys without Dak, I think gets that win easy. Just let Zeke run it out.
Yeah, just hand the ball off. Get Pollard involved. The only thing I'll say is Cousins. Most people say don't throw Trayvon Diggs' way. No, throw his way. Throw his way all night long so we can get as many picks as we need because he is a ball hawk. Who this person is commenting right here.
Calf is
Michael. He says Dak has a more serious injury. Calf is misnomer, probably a tear of tendon ligament injury. I hope it's not that bad, but I would say this: any lower body injury is difficult because you use it every single play. So this could be more serious. And Dak's like, we're going to be all 100 about it. Dak is not 100% healthy. He had a shoulder injury in camp, and they kind of washed over it and said it was nothing. So, there was somebody that brought up this comment like, should you sit Dak for this one game for the sake of the entire season, or should you bring him out there? And at first I said no. I mean, I said bring him out there. I want to see him play every single night. But now I'm starting to think it's a long season. They're adding another game to it. You already had the bye week. So that means he had a full week, and he was sore throughout practice. And Cooper Rush got all the first team reps. So you got to think long term. So I think Cooper Rush, bring him out there. I think this gives Dak another week. I hope it's not more serious than what it is. But this is the NFL. They're not going to tell you exactly what's wrong. Only Dak knows, and probably the coaching staff knows. I don't even know if all the players probably know because they don't want to leak too much information out there. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough Sunday night, and they probably want to wait all the way to the moment because it's Sunday Night Football. Nobody wants to see Cooper Rush on the promo with Kirk Cousins. Nobody wants to see that. That's a horrible promo that the NFL would be highly upset about. Now, let's look at the injuries. Tyron Smith, left tackle, is questionable. Gallup, it says he's on injured reserve, but I think he's eligible to come back this week. And then
they're saying he's projected to get a couple snaps, but I think they just need to let him sit too. They don't need to rush him back.
Yeah, they've been fine. And Margot saying laugh out loud. But they've been fine without him. I mean, CeeDee Lamb became the second number 2. Obviously, Amari Cooper is going to do his thing. There's no doubt about that. And then Cedric Wilson, people would say, oh, he's coming out of nowhere, but Cedric Wilson's been on this team for 4 or 5 years. And he's been able to jump in the tight end. So if Cooper Rush can just manage, we just need you to manage, okay? We don't need you to do anything special. We don't need you to do anything. Don't work outside of who you are. Just manage this game. If you see something, if you see a wide open player, pass him the ball. If you don't overstretch it. But it's going to be a tough game. But where they are right now in this division, which this division is horrible. You got Cowboys at the top at 5-1. You got Washington at 2-5, Philly at 2-5, and the Giants at 2-5. So losing one game is honestly not going to hurt you that much. And I'm starting to lean towards, if he hasn't taken any first team reps all week, I'm leaning towards just let Cooper Rush play, and we'll see what happens. But I do have Dak on my team. I also have I got Matt Ryan, so Matt Ryan's probably going to be the one playing this week. And Atlanta, let me see who Atlanta's going up against. It wasn't a good game because obviously I didn't bring it up. So, but Atlanta's going up against the Panthers.
Yeah.
So that's 3-3 going up against Carolina, who is 3-4. So not really that exciting of a game, but we'll. I think he'll be better off than not having anybody.
Oh yeah, and Chuba Hubbard at least that's giving some excitement to the Panthers because.
Yeah. Now that I want to. Yeah. Let's touch on the great Christian McCaffrey, who can't seem to ever finish out a complete season. Okay. I didn't pick him up this year. I was smart. I don't know what other people did in fantasy, but I didn't pick him up this year. And I had Chuba Hubbard. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use Chuba Hubbard as long as possible. And then you get to the week and they're like, oh, Christian McCaffrey's coming back. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to drop Chuba Hubbard. Guess what? Christian McCaffrey's not back yet, and Chuba Hubbard's still playing. But on the positive note, I did have Dearness Johnson of the Browns last week, and he put up like 20. So going into this next week, I feel like I'm not in that bad of a spot. But talk about your team. What's your record fantasy wise?
No, fantasy wise, record's not the best, but thankfully I'm in a 10-team league. We got no divisions. We used to have divisions, but it basically goes off of who's scoring the most points. So I'm 2-5, but I'm only 2 games out of first place. So
okay, yeah, that works out. And you probably got a lot of different options if you need to get
options
on the bench.
On the bench.
Yeah.
This season's a little bare for me. I kind of took a different strategy. So this year kind of went back to my old school first couple seasons where I went for big name running backs and kind of just let my receivers happen however it happens. I got exactly the minimum number of receivers, and they better play good. That's about it.
Yeah, you better do what I need you to do, or else it's going to be some problems.
Yeah, because as far as running backs go, I'm solid. I'm number 1 in the league with running back points scored. So I have we got Zeke, I have Chuba Hubbard, I got Darrell Henderson, Fournette, J.D. McKissick, Zach Moss, and Alexander Madison. So
okay,
solid on running backs. It's the other positions I kind of slept on. So with Lamar and Jalen Hurts, that's kind of turned into the coin flip where I got to make the right coin flip or I'm going to lose that week. That's how I got to this 2-5 point. I played Jalen Hurts, Lamar goes off. I play Lamar, Jalen Hurts goes off. And it's like, I'm forcing my hand this week since Lamar's on his bye. So Jalen will get his chance to shine. But as far as receivers go, that's kind of the toss-up for me every week. This week I'm running really soft with the receivers. I'm going to have Tyler Lockett, Zach Pascal, and C.J. Uzoma, the tight end from the Bengals. But I'm playing against Jamar Chase. So my plan is just to get those snatch them touchdowns from Jamar Chase and get them to Uzoma.
Yeah, hopefully. He's a good red zone target.
Oh, definitely. Bye week, I got Marquise Brown, and then DeAndre Hopkins. I decided to leave on the bench this week just because he had those injury concerns. I didn't want to rush him back. Which one? Who in them? Oh, CJ. Yeah, CJ Uzoma. So that's a tight end on the Bengals.
On the Bengals, yeah. He gets some good looks.
So yeah, DeAndre. I never want to sit DeAndre, but based off him only getting 8 points this week, I still feel strong in that decision that I chose right. But yeah, Deandre, that's a surprise for me right now. That's someone I'm expecting to be a top 3 receiver. And I believe Marquise Brown is 6th in fantasy points scored in my league, where Deandre is about 11 or 12th. So my 8th round receiver is actually outperforming my number 2 pick. So
yeah. So I'm 5-2 in my league. I started off a little rocky. We're in a 12-team league, so I'm 3rd because this got a lot of good players in there. But Dak's been showing up every single week. Like I said, I'm probably gonna have to sub in Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan did pretty good last week. He gave me. I'm in a Yahoo PPR league. He gave me 18 points. Matt Ryan's got a lot of weapons, so I'm expecting if I have to start him. Robert Woods has been money. Thielen. So now I'm in a little bit of I got my Cowboys going up against the Vikings, so I'm like, okay, I got to watch out for Thielen. But if Thielen I'm all good with Thielen getting as many touchdowns as possible. As long as the Cowboys still win, I'm all good. Derrick Henry, like nobody, absolutely nobody can cover this guy. I don't care who you are. I don't care what size you are. He's just going to stiff arm you or he'll just outrun you. Last week, he just outran 12 guys. Like they weren't fast enough, they weren't quick enough, they weren't strong enough. He just outran all of them. Looks like I'm gonna have to start Gaskin, just mainly because Miles Gaskin, because I had Dearness Johnson, but he's not gonna be starting. It looks like Chubb's gonna be getting the start. And I had AJ Dillon. I didn't want to start him because they got that, AJ Dillon in Green Bay going with Aaron Jones. You don't know who's gonna get the carries. I don't really like that situation. TJ Hawkinson has been money for me. If anybody was worried about what TJ Hawkinson was going to do this year, he's been showing up. And then possibly in the slot, I may go with Kadarius Toney. That's who I have right now. He's on track to return, and he is one of Daniel Jones's favorite targets at this point. And then when they played the Cowboys, it was like Kadarius Toney was the only guy that was out there. It was like nobody could cover the guy, and they're playing in KC, so they're probably going to be down. I'm pretty sure KC's about to bounce back this week, so the Giants are going to be down. They're going to have to throw the ball. Who has Derrick Henry? Either one of you? I have Derrick Henry.
I don't. Yeah, that's my target. I would want Derrick Henry every season, but I haven't had him for a couple seasons now.
I've had him 2 seasons in a row. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get him. Julio Jones is out. He's on my bench. Julio, I don't know. I don't think Julio is ever going to be the same. It seems like this hamstring injury just continues to affect him. And he only plays when it's big-time games. They're playing at Indy. This is not a big-time game. This is probably guaranteed if you want to go that far. I got Jalen Waddle. Miami's going up against Pittsburgh, so that's not going to be really a good look for them. Like I said, Matt Ryan. I got Zach Ertz on the bench. I got the Cowboys D and then the Cowboys kicker, Zerline. So I'm expecting turnovers again this week. I'm honestly shocked with this Cowboys defense, just to be honest, because they have not played this well probably since Parcells days. And they just got guys that's got a nose for the football. So should be a good week.
Now, one more time, I don't want to root against you again, cousin, but it looks like I got the Panthers defense this week. So if you do end up playing Matt Ryan, I don't want to see Matt Ryan too much.
Hey, Matt Ryan needs a 1-for-1, run for 1, and pass for 2. And we all do. Just wash my hands and we can move on. But fantasy should be fun this week. I don't do DraftKings. I don't know if you do DraftKings or not.
No, the daily fantasy to me is kind of – I feel like it was one of those like cash grabs by the shark type people. Like if you know what you're doing, yeah, you could do the daily fantasy, but they got the pools of thousands of people that think, oh, this is easy. Yeah. I'm just going to pick it up. Oh, I'm just going to throw $100 here. I'm going to throw $20 here. But that's what these guys are banking on. They're hoping that these guys are just throwing your money in there and you don't really have a strategy. So daily fantasy – sounds all fun and whatever because you get to pick a new team, but to me, I feel like it's more work. You're going to have to research every week all the players because you're not set with just your team. Right. You got to think about any player that you want. Then they have these budgets, which to me, I've never played an auction league, so I don't even understand the budget system. I'd prefer just to player for player. You pick up a player, you drop a player. You
Right.
have to keep it not involving any type of money or numbers, because I mean the stats are numbers enough. I don't need to factor in some fake economy.
Right, exactly. That's real. Yeah.
Playing a fake game, I don't need to add a fake economy.
Right, exactly. Now last year I was all in on DraftKings, and then I was like, all right, when the free money goes away, that's when I start like, okay, I'm not gonna be coming out of pocket a lot for this. If I'm not winning no more, I'm gonna take my money and go home. I'm gonna take my basketball and go home. Yep, a sucker bet. Yeah, I mean, especially when you have those where it's like 100 people in it, and you put $1, even if you put $5 in there, and the pot's so big, like you just the odds are against you, and that's that they know that, so they're going to get you to do whatever to put your money in the pot, and no, you're not going to win. So,
guys growing up and not paying attention to the actual stats, they just want you seeing that money you might win.
Right, exactly. Get you overexcited, and you're like, oh, I didn't win. Yeah, that was the plan. It was there's only 3 winners, so your chances are pretty slim. So NFL coming up tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good week. Tomorrow is Halloween also, so NFL is going to promote. They're going to have all type of little promos on Halloween and all of that good stuff. So it should be interesting.
Now, my thing is, what player do we think is going to do something crazy for Halloween? Now, I got Zeke, so I already seen him jump in the barrel. So
yeah.
Somebody's gonna do something for Halloween.
Somebody's gonna do something off. Somebody do something off the wall. Let me see. I would say Zeke probably would if he scores a touchdown. The other guy I would think I would say Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown's not playing, so I don't know. But I would I'll put my money on Zeke because I know he's that guy, or Jamar Chase, or the guy Justin Jefferson, one of those guys.
I can see Justin Jefferson. I can see Justin Jefferson having a plan.
He was the one doing the greedy dance every time he scored. So I would see CD Lamb too. So if any of these young, it's gonna be a young cat. It's not gonna be one of the old heads. It's not gonna be one of these old guys just because they can care less. But
the one I want to see is someone pull the Halloween mask out their shoulder pads, take their helmet off, and throw the mask. Somebody better do that tomorrow. I'm waiting. I'm watching.
I would love to see that. Now, if Randy was still in the league, or if
Chad
Ochocinco was in the league, then we would probably see some all type of off the wall.
Steve Smith Sr. would have put something. He would have did something together.
Yeah.
It's a holiday. They're gonna find something to do.
Yeah. So it should be interesting tomorrow. All the games all day. Cowboys playing Sunday night. Monday night, they got Chiefs. They got Giants at Chiefs. I don't understand why they put that on a Monday night. I don't get that at all. That makes absolutely no sense. If you were going to do it,
that wouldn't have been a good game.
Really. If you were going to do a Monday night, you should have moved. You should have did the Bucks at Saints on Monday night. That would have been definitely worth a Monday night game. The Giants are horrible. The Chiefs are going to bounce back.
Patriots Chargers would be a little more competitive.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be the Chiefs' time to bounce back. And the fact
I need to say it, but
the fact that the leading rusher for the Giants is Daniel Jones, that is a horrible scenario. And I don't know if Saquon's playing this week or not. I know he had the injury a couple of weeks ago against in the Cowboys game. So Saquon's another one of those fantasy guys that you pick up every year. At some point you have to know he's not going to finish the entire season. You just got to factor in that he's going to miss some games. It's the same thing with Big Ben. Every year Big Ben's going to miss a couple games. Last year I think he played the full season.
Yeah, that's what makes Derrick Henry such a factor. That man, I don't think misses any games. He's going to put up 20, 25 touches automatically. So
yeah. Shout out to my guy Chris Hart. That's my one of my best friends, college roommate. Remember you guys came down. He said, "What's up?" Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We went to that. We went to the Hawks and Celtics game, I think. Something like that. That was back in the day. But yeah, me and Chris go way back. Thank you for tuning in. Give me any takes you have. We got Steelers at Bucks at Steelers at Browns, Bucks at Saints, and Cowboys at Vikings. All right. Give me any predictions you have. Those are really the most exciting games. Well, Saquon is out tomorrow. I think the guy is a freakish athlete, but he just like Christian McCaffrey, he just cannot finish out an entire season. And I don't know what it is. Somebody mentioned that his legs are just so big that his ankles can't hold it, or his thighs are so big that his entire leg can't hold it down. So I don't know. But I think he's if he can, maybe they just need to load manage him. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know what the answer is, but that's a lot of talent.
Especially, I would say the Christian McCaffrey, he might end up getting traded. I heard so potentially the Deshaun Watson deal. They're saying they would package him into that. So I could be gone from the Panthers by the end of this week. Potentially, we might see.
Yeah, trade deadline coming up this week. You're right. Panthers still eyeing Deshaun Watson ahead of trade deadline. Christian McCaffrey mentioned in trade rumors. What better place for him to go to?
This seems like a perfect trade. Let's get Deshaun out of Texas, and let's get Christian McCaffrey on a team where he can share the ball. He'll have like 8 other running backs with him. So
Houston messed up when they traded away D-Hop like that. I don't know what in your right mind for David Johnson. What in your right mind says, let's trade D-Hop and we'll be fine. No, we'll be fine, Deshaun. Don't worry. We're going to give you a whole bunch of other weapons. Will Fuller and who's the other guy that they had? Speedy guy. I can't remember his name right now, but they didn't.
And that wasn't Snead. I can't even think of his name right now.
I can't think. I know who he is, but I can't think of his name at the moment. But yeah, it was all downhill from there. And Deshaun, what he did, obviously, that didn't help the situation either. But you got to make this trade now. Chris says make the trade. Christian is overrated. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
The Panthers would win that trade outright. Now, it depends on how many picks they're going to have to give up. Because I know they've already been talking about 1 to 3. So I don't know. But Sam Darnold, obviously, he won't be the starter if they don't make this trade. Now, for the rest of the season, the question is, what type of suspension is Deshaun going to get? That is the question, because I've heard numerous rumblings that they're just waiting for him to get moved to decide how many games he's going to get suspended. He should be moved to flanker.
That could work. He could catch it, so
he can catch out of the backfield. My thing is though that he was kind of put up on the pedestal of being one of the best, and he's never played a whole season. You cannot be one of the best when you don't play a full season.
Now in college he did though. That's what I'm really confused about.
Right.
He missed I think only 4 games or something his whole college career. He was always on the field, but now he got to the NFL. These guys are 50 pounds, 120 pounds bigger than what he's expecting. Maybe his body just can't take those hits like he was expecting.
Yeah. It's a great point. He should be allowed to play, talking about Deshaun, innocent until proven guilty. I thought that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be, my friend, but that doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, I think this show is on the voting side of Deshaun Watson needs to get back on the field as soon as possible.
Grown man in the NFL, exactly. Yeah, like this is the thing with college to NFL. You're playing against walk-ons. You're playing against guys that are on scholarship, but are not anywhere near equal to NFL talent. So then when you get to the league, it's completely different. Somebody said this. I don't know who it was, Parcells or somebody. But if you're running a 4-2, so what? You got linebackers running a 4-4, and they're going to be able to catch you regardless. So I think that's what comes down to it, is that I don't think Christian McCaffrey is equal to the talent that's going up against him, because whenever he seems to get tackled, in certain situations. He ends up getting injured. I don't know when he's coming back. I thought he was coming back a couple of weeks ago, but it sounds like he's still on the injury list, and maybe he could possibly still be on the injury list because they're trying to move him. Like, you just brought that up. Will he ever play again for the Panthers? Is now becoming a question.
Yeah, all those people with those McCaffrey jerseys, man. That's what we were just talking about. You can't just invest on the young boy and you don't know if he's going to stay on your team.
Right, exactly.
He was supposed to be the savior, but they got rid of Cam. They got rid of all the other big names. And it's supposed to be on his back, but if he can't hold it down, you have to move on.
Yeah, and the trade deadline is, what is it? Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna see some players get moved. I think Deshaun would definitely get moved. They won't suspend him without a criminal indictment, says my uncle here. And they're dragging this thing on as long as possible. Ask Reggie Bush, how often do you run a straight line in the NFL? That's a great point. Because Reggie was supposed to be the next best thing. When he got to the league, he was like, whoa, like I can't just do the stuff I did at USC. And he never became that talent that he was at USC. Now later on in his career, he found ways to contribute, and he became that gadget guy that could do some of everything. But yeah, he was just not. It just never went to that status. But
now, personally, I always rolled with Lindell White. I thought he was the better talent as far as overall running back. I feel like he was the more complete package. Obviously, unfortunately, he ate himself out of the league or whatever. Had his weight problems that they wouldn't let him try to overcome. But overall, he was going to be the better professional football player, definitely.
Yeah. Lindell White was. He could run between the tackles. He had kind of that what I call. Yeah, he had that chubby boy. He had that chubby boy speed. So if he got out, then he can make something happen. But Lindell, he went to the Titans, and I don't know what happened after that. I think he just kind of fell off the map. Now he didn't do a what was that guy that was
Lacy from the Packers?
Yes, Eddie. No, Eddie Lacy.
That was a real one.
Now look,
joke. That man got really good.
He got I'm on the heavy side, and Eddie Lacy was me out there in some pads. That ain't a good look. And they kept trying to deny it, like, oh no, Eddie's fine. He's just had a couple of hamburgers. He's fine. He'll be out there ready to go.
I didn't believe anything was wrong. They kept downplaying it. And then you see him in his jersey. I was like, wait, hold up. This man's a running back? Hold up.
Nah, come on. Everybody's looking at like, nah, Eddie, don't lie to us like that, Eddie. Come on.
You got one of them James Harden fat suits.
Right, exactly. Hey, James Harden is a straight clown, man. That dude should be doing stand-up. Man, you see those pictures of him, like, he just looked like he just drank 15 beers and he just showed up. And it was that shoot around. But we gotta talk some NBA too. I don't know if you want to do it on this show. It's early in the season. People are
my Warriors, hopefully seeing some wins. I know we probably don't got a shot at the championship right now, but just some nice games out the Warriors is always good for me. I'll take that.
Yeah. But I think tomorrow's games are going to be fun. We got college football today. I wasn't really watching a lot of them. North Carolina, I know, playing Notre Dame on ABC right now. I think
really?
They're down. Let me go back to, they're down by 10 with a minute 25. Notre Dame is out of their league.
Cardinals, man. So we know we got to see UNC get some wins.
Yeah. Notre Dame's out of their league, though. So I was not expecting them to get the win, but, he says, boo, boo, Lakers. Like he's saying boo to the
the Warriors, I guess.
Boo to the Warriors. Now, look, the Warriors, a lot of people are on the Warriors bandwagon early. I know they're playing good basketball. I think they play good team basketball. I brought this up on another show. I love seeing that Iguodala came back. I don't know how many more years he's got left, but he's got to be almost 40 at this point. But he came back as well as Clay should be coming back. I think they said around Christmas. But they're 5-1 right now with a team that should not be 5-1 with the starting five that they have. But they're doing their thing. Gary Payton, the second on the team. That's good to see. But let's touch on these Lakers real quick. A lot of people are saying they don't have a good chemistry. Look, all this stuff is going to get worked out. Okay, like it's too early in the season. Number one. Number two, they have not played together. And number three, they got a lot of ball dominant players on this team. Russ has his ball in the ball in his hands all the time. LeBron has the ball in his hands all the time. And Melo is another one of those guys that has the ball in his hands all the time. So I just think people need to chill. The season is way too early. They're going to have to figure some things out. This is going to be similar to the Miami Heat team where they had Bosh, Wade, and LeBron, and they're going to figure it out. Like, no need to worry.
See, I'm thinking it's more like the Lakers team when they tried to do Peyton, Malone.
Karl Malone and all them.
Like, the Lakers, every time they try to buy a championship, it doesn't happen. They can't just piece together all these random free agents and just say, y'all win a game for us. Like, it looks good on paper, but I'm on the team of I don't think they're going to mesh together. Personally, a lot of these players I'm not fans of, so I'm not really I'm not trying to hate, but Melo is the truth. But as far as the rest of I feel like a lot of them are kind of too hyped, and we're going to have to see them play together. Like you're saying, let it work out first before people jump to judgment. But I got faith in Russell. We just got to see if he could distribute the ball.
Yeah, he and Chris says just wait till after the All-Star break. I agree with that. Melo 6th man of the year. I definitely see that happening. He says, nah. Maybe talking about the Lakers. AD needs to hit the gym, be more aggressive. Yeah, AD. I don't know, man. I think he is a one of a kind type of talent, but he seems to get injured every single year, and it doesn't seem like he's doing anything strenuous. So I don't know. They're going to have to figure it out. Russ is the point guard, but Russ is so used to really doing his own thing. He's done it for so long. Now, he did play last year with Bradley Beal. They were able to mesh together. They made it. I think they made it to the playoffs. So I think going into right now, they'll figure it out. They got way too much talent on this team to not be successful. Way too much talent. Yes, need some milk to go. Yeah, man. He need to. I'm not gonna say he needs to bulk up because he bulked up since he came in the league, but it just always seems to be something wrong with him. And so
Garnett's like the blueprint for how these skinny guys got to kind of build your body for strength, because Garnett was little when he came in the league. He was tall, but he was getting pushed around. He was getting injured, and then you guys, like we were saying, hit that gym. I don't think Garnett ever really missed major games after that. So
nope. And I think the only guy that played a long period of time was Tayshaun Prince for the Pistons. If I remember him, that dude is allergic to the gym. He never ever hit the gym. If he did, he was doing like 2 pounds or something. He was doing 5-pound dumbbells. But Tayshaun Prince was a beast, even though he was so skinny.
Head coach, like Kareem and Wilt. There was the two buffest skinny dudes I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. He said head coach needs to step up and coach. Look, people can agree or disagree with this, but that dude could really do nothing more or nothing less. There's so much talent on this team. All he really needs to do is just sit down. Call a couple plays, but it's too much talent. I don't think he adds that much value to this team as a coach. And I think they figure it out. I think maybe he can, in crunch time minutes, he can maybe do something. But LeBron is so advanced at this point. He's player coach. He says Swanson game tying home run, and we got the World Series on right now. So we got. Let's see what the score is. I'm bringing it up right now. I thought it would have came up, but this was a surprising. The Braves kind of surprised me here. Atlanta's leading 2-1, and it's 2-2 right now in the bottom of the seventh. So
yeah, I can't root for the Astros, so we're going with the Braves.
Yeah, hitting trash cans. Now they're saying they're using whistles, which I don't know. Somebody played this clip of them blowing a whistle, but it's 2-2. So this is a. I would love to see the Braves win one. Houston's won one. The Braves haven't won one. I think they said in the last at least 20 years. So
Dusty Baker's the manager for the Astros right now.
Yep.
That's the only fact.
I know.
I do Dusty Baker, but man, I can't.
That's the part why I'm kind of torn because I like Dusty, man. Dusty coached for the Giants back in the Barry Bonds days. I like him as a coach, as a person. But the Astros, though, man.
Yeah, I can't root for the Astros though.
Yeah, 1995 was the last time Atlanta won, and Chris is in Atlanta.
That was the David Justice days, and
yep, David Justice, Smokes.
Yeah, I like that team when they had Lofton in them.
Yeah. On Dusty, man, it's like hard to go against him, but I know that I'm gonna respect him for coaching his team because they got a lot of talent. He says all homer 3-2. But yeah.
Yep. I think he was saying ATL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it looks like the Braves are up 3-1 now. Or 3-2, sorry. 3-2.
3-2. But it's extremely, both of these teams are extremely talented, really from top to bottom. Now, and if I'm not mistaken, the Braves not having Acuna, which is their star, he's been out for most of the year. So that just tells you that they got a lot of depth. They're able to do this without Acuna. So
they also got the plan for Hank Aaron. They just said they honored him tonight, I believe, or something. So
yeah. Oh, another homer. Okay. So what they're up? What are they up now?
Oh no, I think that's the one that my dad was talking about too.
Okay. All right, cool. But I like Altuve. He definitely plays for the small guys. I like some of these. I like Carlos Carrera, but I mean they cheated. I mean there's just no other way around it. Now they don't have that coach anymore because that coach went to what was that? Well, Cora was a part of that. Cora ended up going to Boston, but yeah. We got the World Series on. We got football. This is going to be a good sports weekend. But I wanted to
that we got everything coming together. You got the baseball, football, basketball.
This is the sweet spot. This is that sweet spot, which we had last year with COVID. We had everything going on at the same time. And we would have even had the Olympics at the same time, but they ended up pushing that back. So, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview for next month. We'll be kind of going over a weekend look. So we'll be talking about that over the next coming weeks, and we'll get you guys. We'll have our fit for next week. And for those of you that missed it earlier, each month I am styled by Tracy Killian. He sends me something. I put it on. I posted the picture to Instagram already. I'm going to post it to Facebook as well, but it got the nice sweater with the zipper, the nice shirt, which is extremely comfortable. Oh, the khakis, I wanted to bring this up. These are from Old Navy, something that I already had. I'm trying to remember what these are called. It's like a weird name. Chinos. Chinos are, I didn't know what they were at first. And then when I got them, I was like, I need to buy like four more pairs of these just because they're so comfortable. You can wear them pretty much with anything at any point in time. But Tracy keeps me right once a month We'll be going through this, and next month we'll be talking about the weekend look. And you can see some of the images behind me. Make sure to follow Tracy TK Styles TK20 on Instagram. He's posting new stuff every week. Anything that you want to leave us with, before we get out of here?
Just everybody stay safe out there. Take your vitamins. You know, I'm feeling like Hulk Hogan talking about take some vitamins. Stay healthy. Be healthy. Appreciate you letting me be on the show again. Shout out to all the guests from the past couple of weeks. All the good shows. Just holding it down. Especially congratulations again on the network expanding. You got the new logo.
Yes, sir.
Not yet, so doing big things over there.
Yes, yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, everybody that's listened, tuned in, I truly appreciate it. Everybody here at BS3 Network truly appreciates it. Roku Launch on Monday, so get your TVs ready. You're going to search BS3 TV. It's going to pop up on Roku, but it's going live November the 1st. I will be up all night tomorrow night, and then as soon as it hits midnight, I will be on it. I will be downloading it first, but it'll be launching BS3 TV. Appreciate you, Chris, for tuning in.
Definitely. Shout out to all the people participating, all the viewers, everyone that watches the show later as well. Definitely.
If you're watching the podcast after it's over, we appreciate that. So I want to thank H-Rap B, Brian Williams, Clinton Killian. Thank you for tuning in. Chris, thank you for tuning in. We also got some likes from Ivan Dawkins, David Wilkes, LaDonna. She's a fellow Cowboys fan. And then my man, Michael McPherson. Thank you guys for giving us a like. So make sure to share the show, like the show. Make sure to go to TracyKillianStyling.com. We will definitely get you right. We'll be back next month. We normally do this the last Saturday. Next Saturday, we'll be talking fantasy football. So we'll be talking week 9. That should be entertaining. It always gets entertaining viewers, comments, and all that. And then Monday, we'll be talking about a Amazon documentary. It's called Black Power, and it's on Amazon Prime. So you guys want to tune into that, you can tune into it. We'll be going at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, right here on BS3 Network and on Roku TV. So thank you each and every person for tuning in. Thank you, Tracy, for coming on as always. I love coming on and talking with you, cuz, and you have a great night.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Peace.